Yeah, this is definitely the biggest problem. Let's be honest. So, the biggest problem with foldable, flippable phones, as it says in Inverse.com's article here, is price. And that's almost to a point where it's an understatement, let's be honest. And when it comes to foldable phones, I'm sure everyone watching this video right now who doesn't own one would love to pick up a foldable phone of some kind. Problem is the price tag. Now, of course, flippable phones have become a lot more affordable over time, going for around $1,000. And even then, it's still like, are you really getting the return of your investment on all the features that other flagship phones have at the $1,000 price tag? And then, even farther, we have phones like iPhones that come out who are below 1,000. The base model iPhone 15. We have the Galaxy S series that comes out, and they have phones that are below $1,000. So it starts to become to a point where it's like, okay, well, now even the Z Flip series or Flip series in general isn't really a budget-friendly flippable phone. Now, obviously, Motorola tried their best to fix that problem, coming out with a $500 phone, and obviously their other phone being around $999. Or sorry, my bad, $700. I keep forgetting because it's always on discount. Honestly, the Motorola Razr, the original, like the $699 one. It's always on discount for $599, but it's technically $700, and then the other one's $1,000. So they tried to kind of get more people on board with that type of perspective, but still, though, again, you're sacrificing things. You're sacrificing screen durability. You're sacrificing waterproofness. You're sacrificing cameras, right? Battery life. There's things that you're losing for that said ability just to flip a phone open and fold a phone open. And the sad part is, with how much it costs to make these phones, what we found out, especially with Samsung with the Galaxy Z Fold series, is that these Samsung and these other foldable phone manufacturers, they're not making bank. They're not making double, triple, quadruple profits back on any of these smartphones they're selling. A lot of them is pretty much they're breaking even. Either breaking even or they're making a small profit per cell phone. And it's because it costs so much to make these cell phones. Like, these cell phones, while they're awesome to look at and awesome to see, they definitely are not easy to make. They're not cheap to make. They're not very affordable for the company. And it is what it is. That's a part of, the industry being a very, futuristic, I will say, industry when it comes to some of these phones that are being manufactured. But it costs a lot. And $1,800, I don't know when that would ever become, normal for a consumer to be able to pick up a phone for $1,800. Especially with inflation going higher and higher and cost of everything going even higher and higher too. We're now getting to a point where $1,800 every single year, it seems like now, is getting to a point where that's even less and less a possibility. And these foldable phones, they're not coming down in price anytime soon. I mean, OnePlus Open just comes out at $1,700, and then the Galaxy Z Fold series is $1,800. Pixel Fold is $1,700, $1,800. And while, yes, they have discounts, they have trade-in value, trade-in deals, it's still to a point where it's like, it's so much money. And then you have to look at the fact that these phones, while yes, they're amazing, a fingernail could literally destroy a surface of these foldable phones. And that's $1,800. And some of these foldable phones aren't even waterproofness. They don't have wireless charging. Some of them have problems. Obviously the Google Pixel Fold is a first-gen product with a Tensor G2 chip in there. That's not as powerful as a Tensor G3 chip. So the question then becomes, or a Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chip. So the question then becomes, are you going to spend all that money for a first-gen product that's not even as powerful as a Galaxy Z Fold device? So again, it becomes this dilemma as a consumer of, well, what do I want? Do I want to have a cool, flashy phone that is fun to use, but at the same time there could be problems? Or should I just go out there and buy an iPhone for $1,300 or $1,200, $1,100, maybe even less than that, or a Galaxy S23 Ultra for even less than that? And I think that's kind of where the market's sitting. So while, yes, the market is expanding greatly, and if you look at the market, trends when it comes to these foldable phones, there's a lot more people every year who are picking these phones up. But to get to a point where it has to become mainstream, to become like every single person has his phone, the price tag would have to come down drastically. And it's just not realistic for that to happen for how much they cost to make these phones. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see more people join the industry, more companies kind of go out there and, create foldable phones. Hopefully they can find some of these ways to make these phones a little bit cheaper. But at this moment in time, this is really the big problem with foldable phones, is that while it's awesome, it's a niche product for a reason, because it costs so much money to go ahead and get into and pick up. While the Surface Duo 1 and 2 was great, right? Because the price, well, Surface Duo 1 was great because it was like $1,100, and then obviously that dropped a little bit in price tag. We're never going to see that again. We're going to just see very expensive phones. So it is what it is, but yeah, kind of where we sit right now with the problem with foldable phones is that price tag is never going to change. At least not no time soon, I'll say it like that. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out.